Hi, this is Julie Murphy with Arizona Farm Bureau, and I'm here at one of my favorite places to be, and that's Schnepf Farms in Queen Creek, right off of the
Rittenhouse Road and Cloud Road.
and you're very close to Queen Creek
Here
Olive
comes the
Mill.
train. Yes, we're just across the street, actually. So we sold them that land.
Yeah.
And look at that.
I
This should
know.
be part of the farm. So
Yes, absolutely.
that's what we love, bringing other agri-tourist farms together so we all can be one little fun place.
Yes. So Carrie Schnepf and also Mark Schnepf, the power couple here at the Schnepf Farms, and I'm beginning a new series. This series is going to be about our retail or direct market farms, also agritainment farms. What do you guys like to call yourselves?
Agritainment, agritourism, anything where you can get the public out here to spend more time on a real working farm.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of the key. We're still a very much real working farm, being, the largest peach grower in the state. So,
And I think you told me that, Mark, that you guys in the cycle of peaches, the peaches here in Arizona are some of the first to be harvested in the peach season, right?
In the whole country. So because of the soil that we have here and our climate here, our peaches are the earliest in the country, and in big demand. We used to be commercial peach growers, and we would ship those, out of state. Now it's all about you pick and bringing the public so that they can pick the ripest, freshest, most wonderful peaches they've ever had.
Juicy and delicious. I remember one year you sent Arizona Farm Bureau like several crates, and so the entire staff got to take home their own.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So it was great. But the series, and that's what I was wanting to get into and share with those that are joining us. And if you're joining us live, feel free to say hi. And you can even post a question for Carrie and Mark Schnepf. Again, we're here on Schnepf Farms. The whole series is about retail, direct market farming here in the state of Arizona. We hold our own in that category. I want to say that you guys were kind of the, for lack of a better name, godfathers of bringing some real agritainment into Arizona.
I think there was Duncan's,
Okay.
remember, on the west side, and then
Young's Farm.
Young's Farm. Remember Young's Farm years
Prescott.
and years
That's
and years
true.
ago. And so when we saw them doing something, we thought, I moved to the farm 30 years ago, and this was just a roadside stand here. And I just kept saying, can I do something? Can I do some? Can I sell some T-shirts? Can I sell some jams and jellies? And so Mark said, okay, whatever, just to keep her quiet.
Yes.
And so little by little, we added, jams and jellies. We added salsas. We started serving food and pies. And tamales. That's what we started with. And then it came time to say, we need to put in a train. We wanted to keep people here longer. They can come shop, they can come get their vegetables, but we wanted to keep people here for a long time and to spend some time, bring their families. So we did the petting zoo, we did a little play yard and a train ride, and just it kept going from there.
And I see mamas with their babies. There's going to be a whole lineup coming. And just so you know, everybody that's joining us live today, I have the privilege, Joe Carr and I have the privilege of having breakfast with the Schnepf Farm. And they're going to just deliver it as we're talking.
So don't mind if we eat.
Yeah, don't mind if we eat. I take big bites.
Yeah.
So here we go.
We'll just let Mark talk while we eat.
Yeah. So, and in fact, my first question is to you. This year, you guys are celebrating 85 years.
Their 85th anniversary. We
85th.
are so excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I share a little bit of history?
Yeah.
So this was all desert. My grandparents bought 640 acres, paid $25 an acre for it, moved my parents out here. My dad was the oldest of 7 kids, and my grandmother wouldn't move out. It was too uncivilized at the time. So my parents actually broke the ground, turned it into a farm, and it was a cotton farm for a long time. But then the family believed in diversification. So we started growing potatoes for potato chips. We can grow incredible winter vegetables here. So we grew broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, lettuce, green onions, and summer crops, watermelon, cantaloupe. So Here we can grow as many as 3 crops a year on the same piece of ground, depending on what those crops are and that sort of thing. But it was a large commercial farm, and it grew from 640 acres up to when it was just my dad's, it was 5,000 acres.
So you're kind of answering my question, but I'm also curious for you because you come from both perspectives. Large commercial farm here in the heart of Queen Creek, and now you're basically agritainment, but you're still growing year round.
Right.
Compare and contrast for me, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Okay. So
I can contrast. It's really good.
We'll give you the mic soon.
My father was a very successful commercial farmer, but things changed over the decades, and it became more difficult to farm. Cotton prices never seemed to go up.
Right.
Potato prices, other areas came into that market, and was very stiff competition for us because our water costs are quite expensive out in this area. So when I married Carrie, the farm wasn't doing very well. And we had to face the choice, do we sell it and do something else, or do we keep it and reinvent ourselves? And we decided the latter because we knew we wanted kids and we wanted our kids to grow up and have this experience on the farm.
Okay.
So that's when Carrie started coming up with these amazing ideas of, some educational tours and some entertainment and some stuff over here. And we already had the store. She just expanded that operation.
So is it fair for me to say that a lot of what we see is because of Carrie's?
Maybe because I was bored. I married a farmer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I grew up in the city. So, I mean, when I came out here, there were only 4,500 people. So,
Yeah.
It was. I don't even need to say anything. It was 4,500 people.
Yeah.
But I had a great guy that I married, and so I thought, okay, I'm going to be a farmer. I might as well make the best of it. And so we started making it fun. I wanted people to, I actually, as time went on, I fell in love with the farm life and, and more in love with my husband.
Oh, honey.
Love grows. It just proves that love grows.
And as I fell in love with the farm, I thought, you know what? More people, the city folks, everyone that's living outside of this little community of Queen Creek need to experience really what a family farm is. They need to kind of relive. Maybe some people, I remember going to grandma and grandpa's and milking their cow or whatever, and kind of relive those experiences. And you only can do that on a real working farm. And so we thought, maybe this is the way to go. Maybe this is how we can preserve it. Maybe this is how we can pass it on to the 4th or 5th generation.
Right.
But it didn't start that way. That wasn't our goal when we started. We just needed to earn a living. And it was a little bit out of desperation on how we tried to...
It was, Julie, I'm taking it. It was my story, honey. Yeah. I did. I'm telling you, that's what it evolved in. But I fell in love and I thought, okay, let's do something to keep it here longer. And then we started seeing it. Oh,
so you're the one to blame for all of this.
So maybe we can make some money. Maybe we can start doing this. And then we started visiting other farms and
you went all over the country.
Early on, we had this I just love this little story. We had this little farmer and his wife, and they came and they left their card at our little country store.
They're from Minnesota.
They're from Minnesota, and it's called Kopishki's Pumpkin Farm. And I looked at this card and I went, oh my gosh, there's other farms that do this, and we've got to do it. So I went and visited them. They were winter visitors, and I went to their little trailer. They lived in a mobile home park, and I just like took it all in. They showed me pictures, and I thought, Mark, we got to do this. They were members of an organization called NAFMA, the North American Farmers Direct Marketing Association.
Okay.
He said, you guys need to come to that. We do bus tours. We visit farms all around. I said, okay. It's in upstate New York this year. I said, okay, sign me up. I was like, boom, Mark, let's say, no, Carrie, no. And I'm like, Mark. So I go and I come back just with this. So excited. This is what we can do. This. And Mark's like, oh my gosh. And
what inspired you?
Well, it was like, it was overwhelming. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my, because I'm thinking this is going to cost a lot of money that we don't have. And I'm like, how are we going to pay for all of these ideas that she's bringing back?
And
Oh, wow.
I became president of that organization.
Oh.
I took Mark to a farm in Omaha called Bowla's, and Mark caught the vision. And that's, I think, where we just went gung-ho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We came back, we bought a train, we bought a carousel, we started, putting more seating area on the farm, and
then walkways, expanding the footprint. I mean, I think the garden kind of got smaller and smaller, and because we were so excited about all the other things that we could do, but then we soon realized that the garden can't get smaller and smaller. That's just as important as a roller coaster, or just as important as, a carousel. And if we don't have those things, then
it can't
then
be.
You're losing what we are,
which is a farm.
Yeah.
And so I'm pausing for a moment. For those that have joined us, we're live here at the Schnepf Farms in Queen Creek. And if anybody has a question, just post it. It looks like. And I want you to see our breakfast. We decided we would eat. We're doing something different. We're being spontaneous and eating good breakfast food at Schnepf Farms here in Queen Creek. And so I'm going to ask my next question. Talk about the important aspects of opening your farm to the public. I'll start with you and we can end with Mark.
Okay.
I think one of the important things, you can share it more and people will start experiencing it more, and that's the whole purpose for us. I think that's a huge thing. I love it because it's so fun to see the excitement. It's so fun, and over the years, people have been coming for years to pick peaches, but now we're hiring their kids to work for us.
Fun.
And so it's just, over the years, it's just become a generational, and we're just so excited to see the enthusiasm and the faces when people come and enjoy the farm. And I think that's important. We always used to let people we still do let people come on the farm. You can just come on the farm any day. The only month we charge admission is during October when we do our big pumpkin festival, and then the evenings during Christmas, during the holidays. Other than that, you can just come and really experience our farm. It's not all with a million people, but it's still fun to walk around.
I love, because I typically come, Joel and I come and interview you just before the big event and stuff.
Right.
But it's so fun to see all these moms with their kids, just like, and you can tell that they're relaxed.
Sorry, that was my dog.
You can tell that they're ready and enthusiastic and just want to enjoy the farm. And that's what's so special about what you guys have done here. But you answer the same question. What the whole aspect of opening the farm to the public?
Well, Carrie and I are both really, we love people and we love entertaining. And if you're thinking about getting into this business and you don't like people and you don't like to entertain, this might not be the thing that you want to do, because it is a whole different ballgame than traditional farming. In traditional farming, you generally try to keep the public off your property, keep them away. We were a little different in that we were commercial peach growers, but we would let the public in afterwards to pick peaches.
To pick kind of what, like the after harvest.
The after harvest, yeah. And same with grapes. We had vineyards on the farm, and we would open those up for the public to pick as well. And then we started the little produce stand here. So we were used to kind of a few people coming to the farm. But it's very different when you're having, thousands of people a day come and visit your operation. There's a lot of safety issues. There's liability issues. There's comfort issues. You've got to make sure there's enough bathrooms and that there's enough places for people to sit and enjoy themselves.
Stuff you didn't have to worry about when you were just a family farm in a commercial setting. Yeah.
I don't think people realize that it's just Mark and I. We're literally inviting them to our home. We live on the farm, and we're opening up our backyard, so to speak, and saying, "Come visit us." And they don't realize that it's real people.
Yeah.
Well, they think it's a corporation.
I think it's some corporation running the operation.
And it's you two and the kids. Yeah, when you can get the kids to help you on the phone.
Yeah, and we have a great staff that we've developed over the years too. Of course,
amazing.
But it's not a big corporation. It is just us. We love to interact with the customers when they come down, and they appreciate that. They, they want to come and say hi to Mark and Carrie, or if our kids are here, and we want them to feel like they're part of the Schnepf Farm family, the extended family, and coming out and really enjoying themselves and experiencing what we do.
Well, I always feel that way when I'm here. That's why I love you guys so much. So we're eating farm fresh eggs, bacon, wheat toast. You got the French toast.
The French toast.
I'm telling you.
Well, I have to tell you about this. This is the blueberry pancakes. We get the blueberries from a farmer friend of ours up in Oregon, and he brings them down to us. He sells Christmas trees here on the farm, and he brings them down to us. And so we serve these throughout the year, and we just love his blueberries. You need to let me
have a bite.
Oh, yes. Okay. Please, help yourself.
So what about, let's talk challenges.
Oh, there are none. It's just so easy. Everyone should do this.
Everyone. Well, everyone should eat a breakfast like this.
Yeah. Isn't it yummy?
Okay.
You want to start, or do you want me to start?
No, start.
Okay. So there's lots of challenges with this type of operation, and I mentioned a few.
That was great.
Isn't this awesome?
Okay, next time I'm going to get that.
Okay. Well, you can have more up here. Because you're dealing with safety issues, and you're dealing with the public. And the public, they're not used to a farm, so you really have to kind of look around and walk to the farm and make sure, try to figure out what people might do, where they might go that you don't want them to go, that sort of thing. You have liability issues. There's traffic flow. There's security issues in terms of, we have fenced the farm now. Most farms, if they're doing typical commercial farming, they're way out. You don't have to worry about that. We have a 7-foot chain link fence around.
We have neighbors now.
We have neighbors. Yep. So we have to be mindful of activity that we have and noise that we create, that sort of thing, because we host concerts here on the farm as well.
Right. So we've had to put big banners that say we do fireworks, large festivals, a lot of people, whatever, just to let people know exactly what we do, and that they have to expect that if they're going to move next to us. No, don't want to be one of those where they've moved and they said, this is so loud, blah, 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 and like an airport. Stop flying the jets. Yeah.
Move next to a dairy, and all of a sudden it's like, well, no, you need to go away.
Yeah, you need to go away. You were there first, but you need to go away.
It's working now.
So, but obviously, I don't know if it's a personality type between you two. Obviously, you were willing and able, and you put everything in place to accommodate that, to accommodate the public.
Yes. So, I mean, we visit other attractions. And we have 4 kids, and so when they were growing up, we went to the typical theme parks and other places too. And so we're customers to those places. So we understand that as the owner, we have to cater to the customers and make sure that the customers have a really good, positive experience.
Right.
And that takes a lot of time and effort.
Very good. Your coffee?
Yeah. And this is, what's your name?
This is
Savannah.
Savannah. She's the
Savannah.
manager of our country store and bakery here. She is one of our top employees. I love her.
Thank you.
Yeah, so she's amazing. And that's the thing.
Yeah, it's honestly such a gift to be here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. What did you just say?
I love working here at the farm. It's such a beautiful place to be. Half the time it doesn't really feel like it's work because it's just such a wonderful environment. Mark and Carrie are so great. They're such hardworking people, and honestly, you guys inspire so many people. We have customers tell us every day how amazed they are with what you guys have done for the community. So it's so beautiful to be a part of it.
Nice. Thank you, Savannah.
She's
Thank
so
you, Savannah.
amazing. We moved her onto the farm so she can never leave.
I'm here for good. Would you like any more coffee? Cream?
I'll take a little bit more coffee to warm it up. Thank you. So we've talked about challenges. What would you say to other?
Well, let me add. Add something. As far as challenges, we have lots of different operations here including the traditional, farming. So we have about 40 full-time employees.
Wow.
That's one of the challenges because finding really good people that
keep Savannah and people like her in the group of 40.
And we've been, Carrie and I have been married for almost 35 years. We've been doing
Congratulations.
This, thank you, for over 30. And it was a challenge in the early years because I had a full staff of farm labor that was used to the old way of doing things, and they all had to switch to the new way. And some of them didn't make it because they didn't like it. They didn't
like talking to the people or anything. They just weren't the type of people that they wanted to talk. They were used to sitting on a tractor. They
just wanted to drive a tractor, and don't interact, and not used to smiling and being friendly and that sort of thing. So personnel is a huge issue and a huge challenge for us. Because when we do our big events, we'll hire up to 200, 225 people just for a specific event. And that, of course, has its challenges as well. And let me just do a little comment here. Arizona has this minimum wage that just keeps going up and going up. And it is so difficult to employ young people and pay them that amount of money because they just, we hire 16, 17-year-olds. It's their first job. They don't have any training, and yet we're paying them $15.50 an hour or something, and it's
when the adults who have all this experience. I mean, we're paying them just $1, $2, or $2, $3 more, but you can't keep going up because obviously you have to pass it on to someone because we just can't make it. So if anyone wants to change that, you need to go, and we need to have like a training wage. Something like that for these kids, for all of your kids.
I love that. A training wage.
So from 16 to 18.
So if it's their first job or something, that let us give them that opportunity, like an internship, but we're paying them a reasonable wage, but not so high where we're having to train them and they just don't work well.
I love that trainer wage. Okay, so that's
training
what.
Wage.
Well, and then this is a good segue. What if so many dynamic changes are taking place in agriculture here in Arizona? We continue to see farmland go into development, but there are those farmers that are saying, hey, we're in for the long haul, especially because we've got children that want to do it. But what if there's another Carrie and Mark Schnepf out there somewhere? What would you tell them?
Well, I would tell them that there's a lot of opportunity to get into agritainment because there's so many different aspects of it. And the advice would be find your niche, find what you're good at, or what you enjoy or what you can grow that the people are interested in, and pursue that, because you don't need to compete with Schnepf Farms, who are the peach farmers, and we have the amusement rides and that sort of thing.
You don't have to. I wouldn't have to replicate you.
No,
I need to be
not
Murphy Farms in the way I need to be it.
And some people don't want to replicate us because we do get thousands and thousands, and you can still do. I mean, there's so many farms around here that do that. You've got, the olive mill. They obviously they have great gift shop and they specialize in all their olive products, and that's awesome because they can go there, they can jump across the street and come over here. And it's just a perfect win-win. You've got Sossaman Farms that has their little thing that they're doing. They used to do the flour and all that.
And the pork shop just down the road.
And the pork shop. There's so many little places that are farming families that have a little specialty, a little niche, and it's so fun. We're just on the grander scale, but we're still very much where, like days like today, where you can just come and enjoy.
Yeah. Right. But we would encourage it if you have, because what that does is it helps preserve some of Arizona's agriculture, and it reinvents it. But if we weren't doing this, we would be a housing development. Basically, we would have sold the land a long time ago. And there's a lot of farming families that may not want to do that. But this allows them to find that niche, to create something really interesting that the public loves, and create additional income for their business, so that there is less incentive to sell. That this is a really good business. Let's just keep it going, and the kids can get into it, and that way we can preserve the family farm by changing it and reinventing it a little bit.
So let's get ground level on Schnepf Farms again. What can the public?
We're doing a school tour, so this is something really cool for you guys, because I think you're doing your Ag and Education
Yep.
fundraiser is going to be at the farm.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in September, I think the 12th.
Right. So we all know that that's one of the ways we got really started is we started inviting school groups out here and showing them where their vegetables come from.
Right.
So today we have one coming out. It's 160 kids. And they love it. I mean, they're out there in the garden and, you know, picking their vegetables, taking a hayride, taking a train ride, and really kind of experiencing both sides of, of everything. So,
that's so cool. So that's one thing. And you guys have actually been doing that for a while. I love when you come in, there's a sign that says school buses park here. And then, you know, really just so you can accommodate the school buses or big tour buses.
Right.
So on ground level, what else can the public expect from you in the future? Are there like...
we have so many fun things. You want to start, honey?
We get excited.
We do.
We're really, the whole thing is leaving this a legacy. And we've added a bunch of rides and we love our big festivals and things like that. But this year I think is really exciting because we actually went to the large International Amusement Rides Association.
Oh.
And we
Are you going to become president of that too?
No. That's where all Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm and all those guys go to buy their rides. And we actually purchased some brand new rides for the first time. So we're very excited to bring 3 brand new rides here that will premiere in October of this year.
Okay.
And really expanding that entertainment, the agri-tainment value of the farm, and just some fun changes. We're redoing some of our wedding venues. We kind of got a new menu here in the cafe. So it's just this year, 85th anniversary, 30th anniversary of the Pumpkin and Chili Party, and it's just going to be fun to celebrate.
It's good. But one other thing we're planning the first hotel on the farm.
Oh,
so we have had glamping on the farm for many years in our vintage trailers, where people could, have overnight accommodations. But we're going to have a real hotel on the farm, and all of the wedding venues will feed to it, and the all the activities and events and festivals that we do. People want to come out and spend the night.
A brilliant idea, because when family comes in from all over, including out of state, if someone in their family is getting married, and that's kind of the big thing, trying to find a place to stay for that weekend for the wedding. Well, you're going to resolve that with your hotel. What are you guys going to call it, or have you?
We haven't decided. But we have some ideas.
It has to be a nice little boutique hotel, something that really has that farm theme that fits with the farm, that really can utilize what we're doing here, over there. I think it's just the whole area that we're thinking of is just going to be very cool, that I'm excited to see it develop.
Thank you for investing not only in your own family, obviously that should be first and foremost, but you've invested in the community, and you're investing in the future of ag. These are long-term plans.
They are.
Yeah.
So you guys are here to stay.
We're not planning on going
anywhere. I say that every other. I don't know.
I tell the story that some days Carrie says, let's just sell everything, and some days I say, let's just sell everything, but fortunately it's not on the same day. And so there's always one of us to pull the other one back.
We see everything developing. They just built a Safeway across the street, and there's apartments, kitty corner. I mean, just everything is just, we're surrounded. And, you know, the land values are probably incredible. And people, if we even mention that we may be interested in developing or selling, they're here. Oh, we want to be part of it. We want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We'll take your entire parking lot. And
all the land brokers come out of the woodwork and try to convince you to partner with them.
Yeah, that's what it's been like. But it's been, but we have an idea. So
our vision is kind of crystallizing and firming up now, and we really can see the future of what Schnepf Farms will be in 10 or 20 or 30 years. Awesome. And it will still be here. And that's the exciting. And it will still have wedding venues, and it will still have peach orchards and gardens that they can pick vegetables in. And yet it will have, more amusement rides. It'll have a place where they can stay on the farm in a hotel, and maybe even some other fun commercials things that we do here.
I can't say it enough. Thank you again. And thank you for hosting Joel and I for breakfast.
And you'll still be coming.
Yes,
That's right.
I'll still be coming. So,
Friday with Julie.
yeah, Friday with Julie. So for the record, yeah, the Bible didn't say anything about retirement. So Farm Bureau is going to have to kick my butt out the door if they think I'm getting too old for this. But I really appreciate you guys, and you are my heroes, and
You're so
let's
sweet.
keep doing this. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thanks,
All right,
Julie.
thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, and we'll see you next Friday up at Mortimer Farms
Oh, fun.
in Dewey, Humboldt.